All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, and this is your Week 4 offensive line report. The Giants ran for 262 rushing yards in this game. They're the number one rushing team in the NFL. And we're going to start this breakdown, this O-line report, going through 7 of the best run plays from the game. We'll do an Andrew Thomas segment and an Evan Neal segment as well. But I wanted to start with the run game because they were able to get some push and had some really good stuff. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. And 3-1, baby. It's a lot more fun to do these O-line reports after wins and when you can report back good from the offensive line. So let's get into it. First play, Giants are running wide zone with little pin and pull. So you see Evan Neal, he's out there in a hurry to try and seal this off. Whiffs a little bit, but everyone else does a good job on this. So starts with Glowinski. Glowinski gets to his guy. Good first 3-4 steps. Gets his hands inside and drives the D lineman back. Ends up getting tripped up. Good stuff. Feliciano pulling. This linebacker shoots the gap instead of flows over. You get your helmet inside. That's beautiful stuff right here. But the best block on this, I think, is Andrew Thomas. So Bredesen and Thomas are working to this linebacker. Bredesen does a good job getting to the linebacker, but Thomas just shows off his athleticism. Fires out of his stance. Good footwork. Works across his helmet. Now when you're in this position, drive. Put a dude on his ass. And bam, we got a nice Saquon Barkley play. Next play is split zone, where the tight end comes across and blocks the backside. So the defense flows with, watch the entire offensive line stepping to the right, so the defense flows with it. You got Evan Neal. Glowinski gets beat up field, but gets enough of a piece on this guy. And then Bredesen and Feliciano are doubling to this linebacker. Feliciano loses his footing, but I like the effort to, get up, keep driving. Good stuff. Bredesen gets his linebacker, and then Andrew Thomas. Good job by this defensive end recognizing it and staying on the hip of Andrew Thomas instead of rushing upfield. But Thomas picks up this linebacker, washes him down, and gets away with a little bit of cheating. Watch the left hand. He kind of pulls him in. But he gets away with it, so good stuff. And then Bellinger is blocking this. And Myrick is supposed to kick this out, I think. But I'd like him to think a little more on his feet and see that Bellinger is blocking this player and just work upfield to Eddie Jackson. But again, Saquon presses the hole. Bam, right off Andrew Thomas. Nice run. Next play is duo, where you're trying to create as many double teams as possible on the line of scrimmage, just walking your guys to the linebacker. And just great push from everybody on the line. So you got Thomas one-on-one out here. He blocks out. Good job. And then watch as Bredesen and Feliciano and then Glowinski and Neal are going to step together. They're both doubling. You want to get hip to hip working to this linebacker. You're not coming off to the linebacker until he comes to you. You're trying to create as much push as possible. Push. 5 yards of push. Walk him up into the linebacker. Linebacker, Roquan Smith wants to be hesitant. Good. We got ourselves a nice 6-yard run. False step from Neal. But good job on this, pushing into this linebacker, and you get yourself a nice healthy 6 yards on it. Next play, inside zone. Now on this, Thomas and Azudu trip each other up on this. But a good job by Glowinski and Neal. Let's watch Neal. Widen the edge. Sorry that it's skipping. Gets his hands inside, widen the edge. And then good job by Glowinski. When this D lineman tries to jump on this inside gap, get your hands on him. Or sorry, this is Bredesen. I forgot that Bredesen moved to the right side. Get your hands on him, flip your hip, and drive him down. Wash him down. Eddie Jackson gets too aggressive and plays the same gap as 55, and Saquon makes him pay. That's the thing about playing heavy packages is you bring in defenders who aren't great at fitting against the run. Next play, wide zone again. Devery Hamilton in the game. Him and Myrick are working this player to here. Myrick does an awesome job. Hamilton goes to 22. Glowinski back in the game. Him and Feliciano. Awesome job. Look at the push that Glowinski gets on this. Hands inside. Keep the feet moving. We're driving our D lineman back. Feliciano gives the help on it. Come off to the linebacker. And then on the back side, Bredesen, ideally, you want him to either rip through this and get to 53 and allow Thomas to get this. But, run plays are very rarely perfectly blocked, and you get yourself a big run because the majority of the offensive line does their job on this. Now we got Saquon at Wildcat. Got this Wildcat read option power. Saquon keeps. Glowinski, hand on the hip, other hand on the chest plate. Drive the feet. Bredesen and Feliciano. Good bump, a good push by Bredesen to get him inside. Good hand strength by Feliciano to finish it. Put him on the ground. Now Bredesen's, going to come off to Brisker, but Brisker's overplaying the option. Thomas does a good job on this, just containing. And I wish Devery Hamilton would be a little quicker with this, but it is Devery Hamilton. But a good job by him to get his hips flipped around on this. Nice run. And then the last one, towards the end of the game, running that duo play. Again, out of the shotgun, though, this time. Tight ends do a good job. Myrick right here, holding his block. Bredesen and Sills doing their job. Feliciano and Glowinski doubling, stepping together. 45 crashes down. Glowinski comes off. And then what really makes the play, Bredesen and Thomas doubling here. Hip to hip, 53 comes off. And then Thomas, that hand strength, keeps the feet driving, creates a crease. We're working this player from here down to here. And that's what creates the run and allows Saquon Barkley to get a first down towards the end of the game. Get them in the field goal range, even though Gano missed the field goal. So some really good stuff in the run game this week. And you don't run the ball, hand the ball off 31 times for 5 yards per carry because you're not blocking good up front. So good stuff. Now let's look at Andrew Thomas. All right, let's do our weekly Give Andrew Thomas All the Awards segment on this. Went up against Robert Quinn and just totally made him a 0 in this game. The only thing I don't like about Mike Kafka on the offense this week is they didn't give Andrew Thomas more opportunities and just true pass sets to dominate Robert Quinn. Like he did at the end of last season too, even though Robert Quinn did get a sack. Just taking advantage of Quinn's desire to dip around the edge. But Thomas is just too athletic for it. We went through the run plays, obviously, so we're just going to do pass pro routes. But this is... with Thomas, it's just beautiful stuff. So, first play. Put him in the dirt. Fires out of that stance. Watch the feet. 1, 2, 3. We're where we want to be. We got perfect proportion. Doesn't show the hands for, Robert Quinn to work that cross chop. See, he's trying to do this cross chop. He's doing it against air. He looks like, Stewart from Matt TV. Like, look what I can do. Jumping up in the air, waving his arms. Now that move's done. Thomas has the left hand on his plate, right hand on the back. But just using your athleticism to wash him around that corner. Dirt. Next play. Tight end. Hudson gives a little help on this. Dirt. So you get the help. 1, 2, 3. Places those hands inside. Quinn, like every other down, is going to try and dip the edge. Let him. Right hand's on his back. Dirt. Too athletic for you. Too athletic for you to try and do that stuff, Robert Quinn. Next play. Dirt. 1, 2. And again, versus Robert Quinn is fast. He gets off the line very quick. So Thomas is opening his hips where most guys he's not having to do that. Again, that left hand on the chest plate, right hand on the small of the back, and just using Robert Quinn's momentum against him to put him in the dirt. This next play is a draw. By the way, I want to point something out since we're not doing this in the rest of the O-line report. DJ Feliciano, this is a 3rd and long. You've got 4 down, 1 linebacker. You got to set this protection. You got to... Feliciano's got to be sliding to the left on this. You see the safety creeping down. This protection has to be set with Feliciano, Bredesen, and Thomas sliding to the left. You get a free rusher. We know, Barkley is set for the linebacker, but they have that safety creeping down. For some reason, they run a 4-man slide here. I don't get that. But anyways, next play is the draw play. Just want to throw this in there for good measure. Influence block. Dirt. Awesome get off you got there, Robert Quinn. Next play. Working around the corner. Again, just like all those other plays, left hand on the chest plate. Right hand on the small of the back. Work them around. You got good balance. Unreal athleticism. Again, we're starting at the 34-yard line. We're at the 22. And he has not pushed the pocket back. He has not gotten around the corner. I mean, that's just elite athleticism. Drop. Next play. Again, showing off the athleticism. Again, versus Quinn, you got to open up your hips earlier than you usually would. But you know the scouting report on this guy that he's just going to try and work around the corner. You can do that. And then the last play on this RPO. Your influence blocking. You just want him to get upfield. But not only are you just letting him get upfield on this RPO, you're working him all the way around the pocket. If this was a straight drop back. Because you're just that athletic. And your hands land well. So it's been awesome to watch Andrew Thomas this season. And I'm going to do a segment every single week. I don't care how boring it gets to be how good Andrew Thomas is. I want him getting his awards. So let's finish it off with Evan Neal. So Evan Neal, I thought, had a better game, definitely in pass pro. Now, that being said, the Giants didn't do any straight drop back for the most part in this game. We'll go through the plays that they did, and I thought he did fairly well, and his feet improved from week 3 to week 4. Left the game early with a neck injury. So again, this isn't a big sample size, but you did see some improvement on stuff against some lesser competition than what he faced in Dallas. So Just some good stuff. Not perfect, but some good stuff from Evan Neal. So let's go through it. First play, these play action boots aren't like really great indicators of good O-line play. In fact, they usually indicate the opposite as they're trying to scheme around their O-line play. But this is a toss-a-bitch play by Evan Neal. Bam. Just play with physicality. Fires out of his stance. Get under that shoulder pad. Send him flying. Good stuff. So I just wanted to put that one in there. So the next 4 plays are where you see improvement. So washes this guy around the corner on this. Watch the feet. 1, 2, 3. Now, not perfect. See how these feet are getting a little closer. He's still top heavy. But he's not punching on that second step, leaving himself vulnerable to different types of hand moves. And he goes for the 2-hand swipe, 55 does. Patient with the hands. And you're able to wash him around the corner. All about the feet. Get into your landmarks. 1, 2, 3. We're at your landmark. Good stuff. Next play, it looks like the Bears are trying to get into a stunt. But good job by Glowinski and Neal shutting it down from even getting started. 1, 2, 3. He's getting to that third step. 91 works inside. Gets the punch inside the chest. Stonewalls him. And then you got these guys running into each other. Good posture. Hands locked out. Jones scrambles, drop. I think we looked at that play earlier. Again, watch the feet. 1, 2, 3. That's a great pass. That's a great rep. I know it doesn't seem like much, but even in week 1 and week 2, there wasn't a lot of great pass pro reps from Evan Neal. This is a great rep. 1, 2, 3. Hands don't come early. Good placement on him. Nice wide base. That's a good rep. It's a really good rep by Evan Neal. Probably his best pass pro rep of the season. Again, we need to see consistency out of it, but that's good stuff. And then this last one. 1, 2, 3. A little slow. A little top heavy, not perfect. Watch 1, 2, 3. We're getting to our landmarks. Puts that left hand out. He's not getting, punch. He's not getting punch happy and leaning. Good posture. Again, something he still needs to work on is once he is connected, he's a little top heavy, so D linemen are using that against him. You see he does that with the pull, with the swim move. So just kind of got to get a little better with that. He's got a strong base, so it doesn't kill him. This is good stuff. 1, 2, 3. Not getting punch heavy. Keep the feet moving through the block. So that's improvement. And that's what we're looking for out of Evan Neal this year. Now, consistency. Giants at some point are gonna have to run, 20 drop back passes in a game. At least hopefully we can get to a point like that. But this was a good bounce back game for Evan Neal, coming off of a disaster game versus the Dallas Cowboys last week. So appreciate you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the channel, podcasts. We'll have a film review out later today. And the O-line report keeps on moving, and we're off to London next week with Davis Webb at QB. How exciting is that? All right, we appreciate you guys. See you on the next one. Until then, let's go Big Blue.